A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Friday, May 28th. Our top story on day one of a court-martial against Ordinary Seaman Raheem Reeves, his attorney at law, Queen's Counsel Michael Lashley, successfully sought an adjournment. The hearing against Reeves, who is charged with 2 counts of neglect to the prejudice of good order and military discipline, was expected to get underway today at the Barbados Defence Forces St. Anne's Fort headquarters. However, Lashley, who is representing Reeves in association with Simon Clark and Sadie Harris, told the panel he has only been retained by his client yesterday and therefore needed more time to adequately prepare. Despite strong objections from prosecutor Kevin Neville Corbin, the judge advocate agreed to adjourn the matter until Monday at 9 a.m. Government has embarked on a major highway beautification project that will employ over 70 workers. During a press briefing to launch the initiative along Highway 4, Minister of the Environment and National Beautification ADRIAN FORDE said the workers were transferred from the Ministry of Transport and Works to clean and green the stretch of highways 1 through 7. He is especially pleased that beyond beautifying Barbados, his ministry is working with the Ministry of Small Business, Energy and Entrepreneurship to form a cooperative to benefit the workers.
We are now working with that ministry to have what we call a cooperative, where these young men that you see here will become entrepreneurs and business owners, so that they will come to government with proposals that express their interest to maintain certain areas after they finish this project. So it's not for us government to maintain and have that irreversible bondage to the umbilical cord. We are going to cut it when a baby born and give it its own identity and independence. That is what is going to happen here. So these young men you see here will become the entrepreneurs of the future. They are going to create clusters. They have already started that discussion. My deputy general manager of the NCC has started that process already, where we have a good, lucid, you may call it lucid, conversations with the ministry responsible for entrepreneurship and small business to have these these workers here, these 71 workers, go into various groups so that they can have their own business, set up their own businesses, and engage government at a contractual level.
5 outstanding Barbadians today received their 2019 birthday honor insignias from Governor General Dame Sandra Mason at a brief presentation ceremony at Government House. The awardees, George Griffith, received the Commander of the Order of the British Empire for his service in social work and reproductive health. Shirley King, the Officer of the Order of the British Empire for her contribution to the public service. Winston Stafford, Officer of the Order of the British Empire for services to social work and cricket administration. Rodney Prescott for his contribution to secondary school education. Griffith told reporters he was humbled by the award and will continue to serve his country. He is currently working with the National Community Elder Care Program.
The intention really for that program is to assist seniors in their own homes and to try to keep them living in their own homes for as long as possible. It will improve their quality of life. It will also reduce the number of persons who have to be committed to government-run institutions and private senior citizens' homes, because with that assistance, they can function for longer periods of time. There's social stimulation and all that goes along with that. So it is a very interesting work. We have now over 504 persons enrolled in the program, and I'm projecting that by the end of the year we should have about 800.
Winston Stafford attributed his achievements to his family.
Well, I think it reflects the suffering that my family's had to endure over the years to permit me to participate in the various civic activities I've been participating in over the years. That's one thing. To me, it is recognition, to be quite frank. I'm not given too much emotion about these matters, but it's more for my family, really, than me.
Home at last, 67-year-old Elkins Bowen is a happy man. Today, he received the keys to a brand new house at Checker Hall, St. Lucie. Last July, the rotted wooden structure which Bowen occupied was pushed down to pave way for the new 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house equipped with modern facilities made possible through a public-private sector partnership. Bowen could not help but to smile and breathe a sigh of relief as the rector of the St. Lucie Parish Church, Canon Curtis Goodrich, blessed his new home.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, Guyana's President Dr. Irfan Ali Friday urged Caribbean countries to move away from the consumption of poor quality food and called on the region's population to eat agricultural products grown within CARICOM. His comments got strong support from Prime Minister Mia Mottley as they both addressed the Regional Food Systems Dialogue, which is a precursor to the United Nations 2021 Food Systems Summit scheduled for September.
President Irfan Ali believes a regional dialogue on food security presents a more important opportunity in that it not only allows for the region to synchronize its position in relation to the upcoming United Nations 2021 Food Systems Summit, but also to once again examine solutions to strengthen food security and respond to threats posed by climate change. The Guyanese head of state, in a passionate appeal, said it is time that inhabitants of the Caribbean region remind themselves of the importance of eating local, regionally, and utilizing products from CARICOM.
Or the values of eating local, the values of eating regionally, the values of utilizing our own products. And we have to take strong measures, anti-dumping measures. We cannot continue to eat third quality or second quality food when we can produce first quality food. We have to be brave. We have to be brave in addressing these issues. We can't walk along the sidelines anymore. We have to confront these issues.
Dr. Ali was supported in his urgings by Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, who said that as efforts unfold to bring about food security in the region, it must be done in the right way, using food that would reduce the monies spent to fight non-communicable diseases.
All food is not good food. We have a rich history of using ground provisions and eating a lot of fish and eating things that are generally healthy. But we became sucked in by the glamour and glitz of a world that wants us to eat processed foods and an oversupply of salt and an oversupply of a lot of things that, like fizzy beverages, that are simply not good for our people. And I ask us, as we seek to bring about food security for our people in this region, that we remember, let us do it the right way.
On the international scene, the EU's drug watchdog on Friday approved the Pfizer-BioNTech coronavirus jab for 12 to 15-year-olds, the first vaccine to get the green light for children in the bloc.
Until now, the vaccine has only been approved by the EMA for use in people 16 and older.
Extending the protection of a safe and effective vaccine in this younger population is an important step forward in the fight against this pandemic. And so we recognize this important achievement.
The EMA decision follows regulators in Canada and the U.S., which has already authorized a jab for those 12 and older on May 10th, after trial data showed the benefits outweighed known and potential risks. Japan, too, is apparently set to approve Pfizer's use for adolescents after a health ministry panel gave it a thumbs up on Friday. And while EU member states welcomed the news, the World Health Organization warned of a growing global vaccine inequity. On Monday, the head of the WHO pushed back against vaccinating kids.
Right now, there is not enough supply. Countries that vaccinate children and other low-risk groups now do so at the expense of health workers and high-risk groups in other countries. That's the reality now.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.